We're going to, it's late now. People must eat, you know. And my mother is diabetic. I don't like people working long hours without eating because, you know, my mother is diabetic. I want people to eat. So we're going to be very quick. Like I said earlier on, I don't like political statement. Question, clear, get to the answer. Has anyone gotten that? I don't want the one of Mr. Msipa. You gave me the one I have of the head. I don't want the one of I want the one of the college. Is there anybody who has a secondment policy of this institution, CCT?
Chair, I'm not aware of any other policy at the college of secondment policy. The secondment policy I'm aware of is the one that you have received from Mr. Msipa.
One of the department.
Yes, it's adopted by council.
Okay, so Principal, we don't have a CCT secondment policy. The one that you said earlier on, that you extracted from the D-head policy with some small changes. Do we have such a policy?
Yes, we have.
Where is it situated?
It is in the QMS system. All our policies are on the QMS system.
So you can access it now?
No, I can't access it. I've tried to access it. I can't access it now.
Who adopted it?
Council.
Council member, it means you'll help us. Because I've got few questions that I want you to respond to. Was it this council that appointed it? It was not you.
It wasn't. I wasn't in that council, Chair.
Okay. So, Principal, if it was presented, the new councils were appointed last year around March, April, May, June. So it means it was adopted before March last year. So why is it not on the official website of the institution?
Our policies, Honorable, are not put on the website. They are actually put on the QMS system.
Why?
I cannot say why. I don't know, because when I got there, that was what was.
Who must know why the policies are not there? If the principal, who's the accounting authority, doesn't know, who must take that decision?
Like what I said, Chair, that when I got there, policies were not.
No, you've been there for how many years now?
This is my 5th year.
Yes, so let's not say.
So we developed. The QMS.
No, why are they not publicly available to the public? Because now I want to make reference to it. I can't get it. You are saying there's nothing wrong with that particular issue. Why are policies not on the website?
Like what I said, Chair, they were, when I arrived, they were never on the website. But I understand what you are saying now. We will put them on the website.
The HR deputy principal says there's no such a policy now in front of you. What do you have to say?
There is a policy, Chair.
Do you know it? Can you?
Yes, I know it. There is actually a policy which was adopted, and there are what we call standard operating procedures. They are there.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So let's go. Please just come through to give it to Anene. You got into the OMS. What do you call it? That is in QMS system. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Signed by you.
How do you forward there? How do you press? Give him your number. No, thank you very much. I'm happy we have it here. So I'll pack the. Take them. I'll go back to the let's go. Let's start with where Honorable Souls finished. This case, how much was it? How much did we lose there? In this case, now let's not answer from there. I saw you coming in with a bag that looks like the bag of lawyers. So, no, hold on. Let's allow. Are you part of council? Yeah.
I'm the attorney on record for the deputy principals, for Mr. Basil Naika, for Mr. Kamildin, for Mr. Kadakuri, for Mr. Malumbi Thompson, for Mr. Maziza, all of whom have matters against council initiated and started by Dr. Maswaba. I can tell you as a matter of fact about...
Go closer to the mic. I told you can't hear you on record.
As a matter of fact, I can share with you what happened in the Naika matter and the Mr. Kamildin matter to answer the honourable member's questions. I was the attorney on record in that matter. It was very much part of the applicant's case that the following pattern emerged. Mr. Naika is a shop steward.
No, it's okay. Don't go into the details.
But yeah, there is a pattern. Whenever somebody opposes Dr. Maswaba, find themselves in a process, in some sort of punishment. Mr. Kamildin's son is autistic. Didn't matter. He wanted him out. We had to get an interdict to stop it.
It's okay. Let's not get into the cases. Principal, you want to answer me, President, about how much did we spend on the...
No, Chair, I wanted to give you clarity. SRC serves in council as well.
Hold on. Principal, how much did you spend on this case?
I cannot give off cuff because I am not in charge of the finance. I'll have to check with the CFO.
And then this company, how was it appointed, your legal firm?
No, I did not appoint. The council used their own legal team. We have got attorneys for the council.
Okay. Okay. So we don't know, you'll get us there. You know the problem with this one, you're saying the council used their own legal team, but you were the applicant.
Yes, I was in fiduciary duty as the accounting officer of the college, and that issue was brought up to say, are we suing you or should we put the council? They said, no, put yourself. There is no problem in putting yourself. So it was not a case against me and Mr. Naik.
And in retrospect, you think that was the right decision?
From a legal point of view, you can't say no to legal people.
In retrospect, you are saying that was the right decision?
It wasn't the right decision because now I'm being accused as if it is me.
No, it's okay. President, you are saying you're a member of council. You wanted to clarify what? Sorry?
It is fine, Chair.
You are not answering. The principal covered you.
Yes.
Okay. No, let's leave it. SRC. You know, we brought NSFAS here to answer questions that are related to students, that the students expected them to answer. I think we can't ask them to respond to anything because we have not raised issues that are NSFAS related anyway in our presentation. In fact, your presentation reminds me when we're in Valley University of Technology, I think in 2020 or 2021. When we were in this institution, we're getting presentation from management, council, student leaders, workers, or labor unions. And 95% of the presentation from that then SRC was talking about tenders. I can't remember whether it was 95% or 100%. And nothing on students. And because I'm from Gauteng and I had personally adopted that institution. So every month I'll go to that institution before I come every Monday, once a month on a Monday. I'll go through that institution before coming to Parliament. I had expected them to raise a number of issues that are affecting students. I had informed them that in that particular year, which they did not raise in a meeting with Parliament and management, that there were 2 student leaders who were suspended by management and they were at risk of losing an academic. In fact, they were suspended for 3 years, TG. We had the administrator there at the time, Prof. Ian van Rensbeck. They did not raise it. We had to remind them that your colleagues are suspended and they're on the brink of not writing exams. They're telling us about tenders. There was a problem of student accommodation at the main recess. In fact, it started then. If you remember, Mampi, they were telling us that students are ready to move in the presentation, and we decided, because we were there with the then CEO and the chair, we then said, in fact, let's go to this main recess. When we got there, various students are ready to move in. When we got there, there were no shower caps in this accommodation that were told. Those of you who might be in construction, there's something called a gutter where put it for water to run through and then it comes, coordinated way. So the gutter there, or most gutters in the student accommodation, had grown plants. We are told that this accommodation is ready for students are not raising any of these things. So I've looked at your present. I've looked at it and I've listened to it. I must say that we've brought an NSFAS here to respond to issues that may be affecting students at College of Cape Town. For you to raise with NSFAS is not responding, they're not giving us allowances, they're not paying, you're not raising any of that in your presentation. Instead, you are presenting, you are confirming what the minister was saying when he opened this meeting in the morning, that there seems to be, living 2 factions. There's no one whose objective was in the middle, who's for the college. There's one group on this side and one group on the other side. And your presentation, there's a slide, Honorable Sazana was here, sent me a message and said, from the introduction, I'm confirming what the minister said, that the SRC, I can tell I'm placing them on one side, which is the side of of the principal. Your slide 6 confirms those things. You know, and what the principal says, you are confirming it on your slide 7. You are saying DHED is working with these staff members because you, according to you, have been sending them to DHED in 2024 and they've not responded. It's exactly what is on the principal's presentation. Exactly. It's exactly like that. You go further, students. You know, some of us were student leaders. And I'm worried that there was no diplomacy from yourselves. And on slide 8, where you argue the reassignment or replacement of deputies, corporate and deputy academic and student support services manager, you say, if we want a college to be united, those people must be reassigned, must be replaced, and the principal must continue. So there's no diplomacy. Or even here, you are literally saying you have done an investigation and you have concluded that the principal is right and deputies are wrong. That's what your argument is saying. And you're saying, if we want a united college, this must happen. So in essence, what we are saying is that if this does not happen, then we are not going to find unity at that institution. This is a worrying statement from students. I always tell people I'm a former student leader in one of our universities. I was probably one of the most naughtiest ones teaching. I'm trying to think whether I must tell this one or I'll be incriminating myself. But students must never fall prey to factional battles between employees. You must never put yourself there. Ourselves, it means tomorrow, you know, these old people, they will sacrifice you, let me tell you. They will appoint people as consultants of construction. They are going to ask you, go and strike. Go and strike that you must remove the principal, or go and strike that you must remove Bowie, for an example. You go and strike. Whilst you strike, they then sneak in criminals to go burn a library because they want infrastructure money that they know that it must go to their people. And we're telling you this because they tried it with us. Don't fall prey to, stay true to what you guys are supposed to do, which is to represent students' needs. You are the center of that college. You are the service. You are the client. So that college could not exist without students. You are a client there. Don't allow the workers. They are service delivery agents. They are supposed to service you. Don't allow them when they fight with management to include you there. Remove yourselves from these things. Remove yourselves, because these things have got a way of Letsie, that you give it to me. A way of let's go to this secondment issue. Yeah, you emailed it, and Anela likes to be sophisticated. I'm sitting next to him. He's emailing me something. He likes to be sophisticated. So we always say, when you arrive, when you come to Parliament, when we ask you a question, you must know we know the answer. Ne? So don't be tempted to be creative. You see, honorable souls, just that you did not have time, because you don't really have time. So principal, the secondment policy, this is a standard operation scope of the procedure. So when you put in, how do you recruit interns, principal?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I will redirect the question to the recruiting officers.
Thank you, Chair. There is a department called the Work Integrated Learning Department that has its own manager. It will then source CVs from students who have passed or who needs what you call internship, artisanship, and all of that. Then from there, we will then place them with the partnership that we have for placements. And also my office is tasked where there is no funding in terms of stipends, then to look for those fundings. As we get funding, then we tell the department that, okay, we have funding for so much students, then they do the selection based on what they are having. Thank you.
So this recruitment is done outside of HR?
Yes, Chair, and it has always been like that for the interns.
And then, the department will come in here at the later stage. So this is a recipe for disaster. In fact, it's a platform for patronage. Let me tell you why. And I don't know why department have not picked up this thing. So it means we can recruit people as interns and put them in an office for a year, making an example, or 18 months, if it's a work integrated learning. For 18 months, we pay them. Then we say, in fact, before we do that, we say, well, now we want to hire you at this department, but you don't have the qualifications for this thing. We're going to give you a work integrated learning for 18 months, and after 18 months, for 18 months, hold it for 18 months. And after that, we're going to give you that post, which ordinarily will not be fit for. It's a recipe for patronage. Unless if you're saying to me, there is no one person that you have who came through anything, but who was taken through this secondment to a position they academically don't possess qualifications for. So this thing is a recipe for disaster. Madeline, regional manager, how do we allow this thing to continue? I might have butchered your surname. You'll correct me, but yeah.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, there are two types of interns. There are interns that go through the programs of an institution, the N4 to N6, or even the level 2s to level 4s. And these are the people that you cannot even advertise for. You just need to find placement for them. And there are also the interns that are from universities. In most cases, colleges would work with sitters. Sitters would fund them. And they would then be in a position to place some of these students within a college or within any other place of employment. Remember that the ones that are with the college, that are doing the college program, are there because they need that for them to acquire their qualification. But those who are from universities are just there for them to get, not necessarily for qualification, but to get work experience. So that is how they will then handle those ones. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, we're not done. I've just received an email, SRC, that there's a certain Tando Kuhle Luvuno Yende, who says, is an SRC deputy president of your institution. And he or she, I don't know what I say here, falsely accused of certain allegations which are later proven to be untrue. But you guys had suspended him or her of orders from Dr. Muswaba. No proof provided there. So even when we come to the institution, we'll have a conversation with you guys about these things. I want to stay a little bit on this thing. Oh, okay. Sorry, man. There's a point I wanted to deal with. So, in essence, Principal, you are saying the recruitment, the secondment policy says what about the levels? Now, let's speak about, let's leave the intent for a second. I'll come to it now, but I want you to help me quickly understand. What does it say about the, so if you are at level what, 20 yourself, 13, yeah, put on your mic. When you are supposed to put on your mic, you don't. When you are supposed
I'm on level 13.
Yeah, so if I'm at level 7, I don't know what is level 7 in your institution. Can I be seconded to level 13?
No.
Why?
Level 13 is not within my prescription. It's too much.
So I can only be seconded to which level?
You can be seconded to any other level where I've got the prescripts to second you in terms of your levels.
Okay, let's do this. Let's say I'm at level 5. Can I be seconded to level 12?
No.
Because you don't have prescription for level 12. Or what? Why? You did not hear?
I did not hear. That's why
I'm at level 5. Can I be seconded to level 12?
No.
Why?
Because the level 5 is elementary.
Is what?
Elementary. It's clerical.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make.
You can, if you're at level 5, you can only be seconded maybe to level 7 and 8 only.
So your policies, what you are trying to say to me, your policy. So if I'm at level 7, I can be taken to level 12.
No, you can be taken to level 9. 8
And why
9.
not 10?
You can also be taken to level 10.
Why not 11?
Because it's a management position.
And management position is covered by what?
It's covered by
what? So there's no secondment to management.
It is there. It is there. Secondment policies, you can see it is there, but you are talking about the levels. So a person who is, let's take for example, a person who is on SARA level 7, and that particular person can be moved to SARA level 9.
Okay, let's do it this way. So a person at level 6 can be moved to SARA level 9, secondment.
Yes.
Without, so what is SARA level 9?
SARA level 9 is supervision operational level, or we call it it's basic management. Basic management.
And normally people who are at SARA level 9, what is their academic requirements to be there?
They must have the first degree and must have experience having worked in that field for not less than maybe 2-3 years.
And then in that field? Worked in that field?
Yes.
And then what is the requirement of somebody who's at SARA level 6?
The requirement at SARA level 6 is the same as the requirement at SARA level 7, because there is no more SARA level 6 in government. For the purpose of progression, those who were in SARA level 6 at that time remain at SARA level 6, but the SARA level 6 cannot be appointed as such. So a person who is on SARA level 7 is automatically on SARA level 7. 6 is on SARA level 7.
Did you hear my question?
Maybe I did not understand your question.
My question is, what is the academic requirement for somebody who's at SARA level 6? The academic requirement
is diploma or degree.
And SARA level 8?
Diploma or degree.
So what is the difference between SARA level 6, 7, and 8 academically?
It is only on experience, but the qualifications may be the same. And the relevant field that the person is working on.
DDG Zungu, why do we have such an issue of having 3 different levels but same academic requirements? How would we have such a thing?
No, thank you, Chair. But I don't think it will be a question I could be able to have an answer, because there's an HR and the DPSA requirements that are set for specific positions and different levels. There will be minimum entry requirements. Obviously, other things that you then acquire will be regarded as an advantage for you at that particular position.
Okay. Department, you guys are not helping us. This secondment policy requires that a line manager must give consent or something. Mike, get on record.
Yes.
There must be a concurrence from the line manager.
Yes.
Okay. I forgot your name. But you are principal, deputy principal yourself there. Can I remind us what is your name? Yeah, you, the one at the back. Switch off the mic, Principal. Hold on. Switch off the mic, Principal.
Honorable Chair, the name is Dion van Rooyen.
Sorry?
Dion van Rooyen, Chair.
Dion van Rooyen.
Correct, Chair.
Yeah, Deputy Principal of what?
I'm the Deputy Principal for Business Development at the college, Chair.
And as a Deputy Principal, there was somebody seconded in your department to level 9. Did you give consent?
No, Chair.
What is no? There was no one, or there was somebody, but you did not give consent.
The secondment of staff in the college is from the office of the principal. You can apply if you yourself want somebody seconded, but the principal must sign it, and HR, Mr. Boy, will normally co-sign it off.
Yeah, but the principal just said to me that the line manager in this case would have been you, would have signed or recommended.
Yeah, I should recommend it, but it often happens at the college where we don't ask to recommend.
So what are you saying? Are you saying the principal is not telling us the truth, or the principal has not been following the secondment policy?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Chair.
That he has not been following.
Correct, Chair.
Okay, so according to your understanding, you must recommend, or according to what he's just said, you must recommend. Then you then submit to him or HR. What then happens? Who then follows what? Yeah.
The normal process would be, if you need staff seconded in case, as we have heard, there staff on leave or sick or not coming in, is to write an application form that comes from Mr. Boy's office, a standard form, and we will then send it through to as the deputy principal, because I report to the principal, send it to his office. If the principal approves it, it will go through to Mr. Boy's office for implementation. But if Mr. Boy is of the opinion that it shouldn't be implemented, we will refer the matter back to the principal's office. That's how we operated at the college.
Okay.
I know Mr. Boy will add to you the processes that should have been followed.
Okay, close the mic. I think he wants to disagree with you, Mr. Boy.
No, Chair, the principal earlier indicated to you. Thank you for the opportunity. We have not played part in the secondment processes at the college. If I may just give you a small background, Chair, the secondment of staff at the college, it's something that the principal introduced. When you look at the secondment, and this is probably what is causing the problems in the discussion, when you look at the secondment policy, the secondment policy presupposes that secondments should take place between institutions, not within the institution. What is happening at the College of Cape Town is that instead of a temporary appointment or an acting, when there's an acting policy that provides that gives provisions in terms of the appointment of acting staff, is that instead of us following those policies, we are using a secondment policy which doesn't apply to us. I have proven this. I've spoken to the legal department in the department, and they've confirmed that what is happening at the college is incorrect. The secondment is supposed to take place either between a department, another department, or another college and another college, not internally. So we haven't played part in secondment.
The question I heard from you, Chair, was if we do internal secondments. So internal secondments, I have the right as a deputy of the college, if I require staff, to write to the office of the principal. I use a standard form, that's what I referred to, for the principal to approve. But if Mr. Boy's office is of the opinion it cannot happen, then the matter goes back to the principal's office for final decision. That's what I'm referring to, Chair.
No, thank you very much. DG, are there any other issues you want to clarify? I want us to close here. You guys, we must go to this institution. We're not going to get anything here. And unfortunately, we have not heard the voice of the labor unions because of their internal squabbles. We'll go to them, and hopefully by that time, we'll hear a comprehensive, consolidated report from unions. DG, is there anything you want to say?
5 minutes. Chairperson, I think from the beginning of this from the start, the principal made himself very clear that in his view, the department has no role in his college. He made it very clear. It's in the slides. It's not something it's not my interpretation. In his college, there is no role of the DG. The DG's activities in his college are an overreach. Therefore, all the officials that have spoken here who work on the basis of the mandate of the DG either are disrespected or there is no full cooperation with whatever interventions they bring into the college. I'm not going to interpret the rest of what he said, but I'm going to indicate to you, Chair, that in most of the issues that were raised by honorable members of parliament, including the last issues that you have raised around the recruitment and selection policy and around the interns and so on, they are part of the charge sheet to the principal. So the investigations against the principal are not from any other reason other than facts, other than issues which have been the subject of the discussion. I do not have the privilege of sharing with this committee the detail because we are currently having hearings in this regard, and I think I have a duty to protect their integrity. But in every statement that I've made here, I have tried to make sure that the members of parliament see that there is no prejudice against the principal, but instead we try as best as we can to work with him. And but it's difficult because he has convinced himself that even the legislation allows him the free hand in taking decisions in the college that in his mind are the decisions that should be taken by an accounting officer at the level of college. Chair, it is not true that there are 300 charges against the principal. There are 21. I can list them. And I'm happy to indicate to you that those charges have reached the point of hearings being conducted. But I can assure you that the officers responsible for that have a difficult time with the principal, who, if he's not available because he's not well, there are constant delays in the processes because he actually is trying to prevent consequence management from happening. And that's the view that I have based on it. But I do not, and I reserve my judgment on this matter, awaiting the evidence that is scientifically made available. But up until then, to me, he's innocent until that part when I have the documents in front of me. I have tried to assist him through a number of interventions, which in his own words, he does not accept. But I'm awaiting a report by Mr. Zungu in which they tasked him that we have sanctioned to assist, will give us specific areas of intervention that are required. I align myself with the minister's comments earlier on, in which the minister has sanctioned an intervention, to try and deal with these matters. And I trust that this will lift the issues that are there. I feel uncomfortable that I'm in Parliament and I can't read to you what is in front of me, which is specific about what is it that we have found to be the problems there, just because of the reasons I've cited. But I hope once this process is concluded, I will be allowed to make submissions, especially along the lines of the allegations of overreach. This college, as I conclude, is one of the best colleges that we have. And it is my duty to make sure that these issues that are raised here are corrected. And I can assure you, and I commit it to Parliament, that action will be taken according to the advice that we are going to get from the appointed of people. Now, I wish to then make this one point about assessment and examinations, because it has come out as an important matter, and it's not only just about the college. And I'm quite happy with Mr. Zungu's articulation of what the matters are. But I need to indicate that the ideal assessment in any didactic environment is when you empower the lecturer to conduct assessment. That's why in universities, there's no external examinations conducted. It's accepted that the quality of the assessment by the lecturer is such that you would have no problem.
I don't want to stop you, DG. Parliament is starting now. So
thank you, Chair.
let's make it.
I thank you for the opportunity, but I wish to assure staff at the college that they have our support and will continue to support them. And we have not ignored their voices and the issues that they have raised. It's just that there are processes that needs to be followed. But once the evidence is before us, we will take the necessary action.
Thank you very much. We will ask you to give us all the documents you have committed to sending us that proves that you have followed this, you did not follow that, on sexual harassment, how much you have, what was our response, and all of everything that we have committed to, that you will send it. When we meet next time, TG, and this is an issue that we're going to, you see, there's a difference in law, right? At least you've got lawyers there. They can correct me as we walk out, but you don't say you have abandoned an investigation because the time lapsed when you have already conferred charges to somebody. Those are two different. If you give me charges, the policy that speaks about investigating period doesn't. It's moot. It's finished. But now in a different. This is now a disciplinary process. It's a different process. So when we meet next time, you must be able to explain to us. Some member asked, how, I think it was Honorable Cesar, how did you bring back the principal? And you said it's because there was this expiry of what? No, somebody said so. That was the response. Next time when we meet, we will need that explanation, because I have a different interpretation that says, no, your 30 seconds is 3 minutes. We don't have time. I'm closing. Okay. On record.
Suspension. The expiry of suspension does not discontinue the investigation. The investigation continues. So reinstatement was only because the legislated period of suspension had expired, but not the investigation. It continues. That's why we have hearings
No problem. We will have a discussion
Okay.
in the next meeting. We will have a discussion on this secondment. David was still in the meeting. We will have a discussion on this secondment with the team. You see, one thing that touches me badly is how Didi Zungu, our TVET colleges handle sexual harassment cases. That thing, actually, it sometimes makes me angry. Because the way I understand it is that there is this naughty person who harasses somebody in college. So let's say it's me, I'm employed at the college, and a student lodges a grievance of sexual harassment against me. The most logical thing, in fact, the Labor Relations Act of the department says that with immediate effect, Tebogo must be put on precautionary suspension, taken out of this, and let's deal with the problem. We're not doing it. This is not the first college. We look at, there's one we went to in March, Motel. 9 males were told that no, the lecturers were no longer teaching this side, they must be that side. Because it's as if the trauma of these young girls must be forgotten. And how we're dealing with the sexual harassment at these institutions, I have a serious problem with it. In fact, when we were closing the strategic session last week, we said we want to make an example about one of these people in the sector. As a committee will go and open cases at the Hawks against people who are supposed to protect these people, but they're protecting the perpetrators. We're going to do it. And don't think we're joking. Don't think we're joking. Yeah, we did not get to that part. We're going to get it when we're at that college. There's material irregularities here that are reported. We want to see consequence management. We will get to that point. When we get there, we'll have to apply to have the whole day with yourselves and leave there at 9 p.m. if we have to. I told you the CFO is nowhere to be found. We have the principal. If you can't get, again, we'll want to know, principal, what have you done to make sure that there's consequence management? If the law does not allow you, where did you report? The district, the regional manager. The reason why we have regional managers who are supervisors to these institutions must be able to respond or resolve such problems. And so you must tell us, what have we done? Where is this CFO? Working from home. We're told there's a DVC, a DP, deputy president, deputy principal, who's not been at work for 2 years. What have we done? So all of these things, when we get to, we're going to uncover all of them. We're told a principal, he did not come out here, that when you're saying consequence management is happening, but when you must tell us from August 2024 until when we meet with you then, but now it's September, how many cases or how many DCs of the principal and deputy principal did actually sit? I told even in the last one, there was a boxing match, wrestling, between principal and deputy principal. There was wrestling in some passage there. Our students must now see this ill discipline, perpetuate violence, that you don't know which families we come from. Once we see these things happening at this high level, and I come from a township where every night, every morning when you wake up, you thank God that at least it's not my family member who's been reported to be dead, shot and killed outside. We come from those communities. So when you see people who are supposed to be our mentors fighting, you hear, this one, when after that thing, the shirt was torn off. You are taking us back. And we want to know, what are you doing with such things? We want to understand what is it that we fully, I'm sure I said to you members when we started, that after the minister, I think we'll agree with what he was saying. We agree that there must be a stabilization team there, an independent team. That team, in fact, must even do, in your slides you did not get to, Principal, you had said there must actually be a forensic investigation that will be done from just before you are appointed. And I want to add that forensic must come up until today. Let's do a proper forensic that is appointed by somebody outside of you. You can't investigate yourself. This one, I don't know. I didn't know this information, DG, that actually in the middle of it, there was a complaint and all of that. It did not make sense for me that you guys would have said, Principal, go and appoint an independent team to investigate themselves. And you are saying you did not say so. In fact, it's him who changed the terms of reference, which is, again, something that we'll have a conversation with, hopefully with, you'll write to us, the emails will say, this is proof of what would have said to him, and this is what would have happened. TG, is it possible, is it that, because Principal says there's 5 versions of this PSC report. If you can send it to us, and I want to, Principal, to confirm to me the 5 things, and then I'll write to the chairperson of the Public Service Commission, Professor Figen, and say, Prof, there's this thing. What is your Section 10 entity doing, or Chapter 10 entity doing? So help us. Because, yes, please send it to us. Because if we have a problem there, then the charges that you are having with the principal might not even stick. So that must be cleared properly. Because what if he then says, this is my version? In fact, you see this thing of signatures. Last year, when you, the department or the minister, appointed TVET College councils, there was 2 letters, same signature of the minister, 2 letters with 2 different appointments. And I wrote to you about it, Flavors Marek. And I said, what is happening here? Now we have different signatures. It can't be so. We will follow up with the minister as soon as possible. The minister must get this either a retired judge or a senior counsel to go and investigate and help us deal with the issues. The terms of reference that the minister put there, we agree with them. That we don't want to hear tomorrow, Principal, that we have conferred new charges on Ndati van Rooyen. Because Ndati van Rooyen said that this one is not true. The minister said, and we don't want those things. So we wish you, look, let's not forget, the reason we have a college like this is to make sure that students there are given the support and they graduate. So when you live here, even when you sit with your different factions, you must say, in fact, DG, Kucha, there's a faction of the DG and faction of the DDG. When they write to us about DDG Zungu, DGC. And so when you go back to these factions of yours, you must remember, convince each other that Mzala were with you, but the students must come up. Number one, the workers must be taken care of. The system will then be well. So let's not forget those things. So, yeah, we are happy with the minister's issues that he is going to put. Principal, let's be careful with knowledge, with language. You see, when that slide came in, I also put it on my notes here in brackets, my college. We can't do that. We can't call a public college my college. It's small things like that creates an impression that maybe these people might be sensational, but maybe they are not necessarily wrong all the time when they say X, Y, and Z, because when you get a language like this, it creates a problem that the principal like really believes that this is. So this is how we're going to close. Workers will give you a chance when we meet with you. Once you've sorted yourselves out. If you don't sort yourself out, we're going to do the same. I'm not giving you. You want to respond to what? You have not made the presentation. You want to respond to what? So members, no, we'll get clarification outside. Don't disrupt our meetings. We can be very harsh now. Please. So members, this is how we're going to close our meeting. We will see you guys. We're going to look at our calendar, DG. This one, in fact, we must go there as soon as possible. We must go there as soon as possible. I don't like even the attitude of some of our people. We must go there as soon as possible. So we'll look at our calendars and then attend to you guys. So next fast, I'm sorry that you came and you can't say anything. I always want you to speak because we are a problem. So having said that, members, we've organized lunch. Please, as you leave, grab something. Don't say we've did not give you anything. We've given you water. There's cold drink outside. Now we're offering lunch. Thank you very much. The meeting's adjourned.